Hello everyone, welcome back to SEF Indisc Podcast, a podcast that can be your Saturday night soulmate. With me Anggun and my partner,
Ratu as your tonight soulmate. How is everyone doing? Hoping you guys are doing well. Tonight, we are going to talk about the wrong stereotypes towards people with mental health issues or mental illness. Right, Kak Anggun?
Right, exactly. But before we jump to tonight's topic, let me present to you all our guest star for tonight. Please welcome Maulida Ziza Funa from Psychology of Gajah Mada University.
Oh, hi Anggun. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm Funa as tonight's speaker.
Hello Funa, how are you?
I'm doing well, Ratu. Thank you for asking. What about you?
I'm good. It's nice to see you here with us. So let's start our topic from right now. By any chance, do you guys know the meaning of mental health? And why is it a hot topic to discuss these days? The American Psychiatric Association defines mental illness as a health condition involving changes in thinking, emotion, or behavior. These conditions may affect someone's ability to relate to others and function daily. The reason why it's commonly brought up everywhere is people start to speak up about this case and educate others about mental health issues.
Very interesting. From that explanations mean that mental health issues are really matter. But then, is mental illness itself divided into different cases?
Absolutely. Mental illness can come in many forms. Examples of mental illness include depression, anxiety disorders, schizophrenia, eating disorders, and addictive behaviors. Anyone can be affected at any time of life, even those who study mental health. They say that if you major in psychology, you will study and heal along the way. But one of my lecturers once told us that actually, even if we graduated with master's or doctoral degrees, have a bunch of experiences dealing with clients, we can still struggle just like normal people. No wonder this is a topic many find hard to talk about.
Well, and then why do many people find it hard to talk about that for now?
Here's the thing, Anggun. Weirdo, crazy, maniac, psycho, suicidal, wacko are often used when people mention or opened up about their mental health problems. You may not realize it, but using these words to describe someone with a mental health condition can be very harmful. It makes people that are going through it feel ashamed of having mental health disorder. In fact, mental illness is nothing to be ashamed of.
Right. Mental illness may not always be visible on the outside, but that doesn't mean someone isn't hurting on the inside. Mental health is important. It's a medical problem, just like cancer or diabetes. We have to seek help because mental health needs to be done by an expert.
Agree on that. And then I do sometimes find in my real life seeing people scolding a person who is having mental health issues without thinking about that person hurt her. Even their psyches can also get worse. And anyway, Funa, what are the factors that can cause someone to get a mental health problem?
There are so many factors. It can be caused by a variety of genetic and environmental factors like inherited traits such as the history of mental illness in blood relatives, maybe from a parent or sibling, stressful life situations such as financial problems, traumatic experiences, a childhood history of abuse or neglect, a previous mental illness, and many more.
I see. Are there any signs and symptoms of mental illness, Funa?
Signs and symptoms of mental illness depend on the disorder, circumstances, and other factors. Mental illness symptoms can affect emotions, thoughts, and behaviors. For instance, feeling sad or down, confused thinking or reduced ability to concentrate, excessive fears or worries, or extreme feelings of guilt, extreme mood changes of highs and lows, suicidal thinking, and many more.
Then, what should we do when we face the signs or symptoms?
Well, Ratu, maybe if you have any signs or symptoms of a mental illness, and if you think you can't handle it by yourself anymore, I really suggest going to see your primary care provider or mental health professional. Although it's great to be aware of your mental health, you shouldn't attempt to self-diagnose mental health, since it's a complicated case and can be associated with numerous mental illnesses.
I'm agree on that, and if your loved one shows signs of mental illness, You might not be able to force someone to get a professional care. You can offer such encouragement and support to them instead. Have an open discussions and listen to their problem carefully.
Seeing people are sometimes having a wrong stereotype of a person with mental health illnesses, does it make that person's illness worse?
Yes, of course. And this stigma gets worsened too by Hollywood movies, where people with mental illnesses end up being antagonists, like a murderer or doing other acts of violence. But in reality, it's not like that. The wrong stereotype and negative stigma about mental disorders can make people with mental disorders feel ashamed, blame themselves, despair, and are reluctant to seek and accept help. In addition, these stigmas become an extreme judgment against those with mental health disorders. This can be a trigger for public discrimination that affects their quality of life.
Wow, that can really make their life going more hard. But then, what solutions can we do to extend those people that their stereotypes are wrong?
Well, it is time we as humans do not rush to label people with mental health illnesses without a complete understanding of those disorders. Thus, the world will very likely become a friendly place for anyone, including people with mental disorders. That's because we are all well aware that mental health is part of our own health as human beings.
Okay, that's it for tonight's podcast. Thank you so much, Funa. It was nice having you here. See you.
My pleasure, Ratu. It was an honor for me to be with both of you tonight. See you later.
Right, see you later, Funa. Okay, our discussion tonight gave us so much understanding about the matters of our mental health condition. Mental health illnesses are no longer far from our understanding, right? So hopefully, there will be no more reasons for us to justify the wrong stigma about mental disorders and health that exists in our society. Unfortunately, our discussion has to end up here. Stay tuned to our social media to keep you updated about our podcast. I'm Anggun and Ratu, and my partner tonight,
Ratu saying goodbye. Don't forget to be aware and take care of yourself well. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you're capable and thank you so much for staying alive. This world may be unevil, but the world is more beautiful with you in it. Relax, take a deep breath in and out, because it's just a bad day, not a bad life. See you later on the next occasion, everyone.
SEF Indisc Podcast,
a podcast that can be your set night soulmate.